actually maybe just
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. What's your name?
My name is Chris Hager.
And your position?
I'm the producer for Tera.
You're the producer for Tera. All right. So I bumped into one of your guys outside at the Alienware booth yesterday when I was looking for this booth. Apparently, you guys were texting about me yesterday while I was trying to find your booth.
Oh, yeah.
So that was me.
Gotcha.
So now I'm here.
Right on.
And I'd really like to watch someone play the game while we're talking about it.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
All right. So I did a lot of this stuff yesterday. And now I can't remember what questions I didn't ask because I was going to ask them today.
All right. Fair enough.
We covered the whole bit about, not playing the interface. You didn't play the game.
Yes.
Which I think is one of the best innovations in an MMO today.
Yeah, I mean, the designers from the beginning wanted players to play the game. You know, if you look at most MMOs, you're tab targeting. You know, Tera has no targeting except for that little crosshair right there. That's all you can see. You know, when you go into our UI mode, you can move everything around. Everything is movable.
Awesome.
You can move the radar, you can move this, you can move your skills to where the players can really focus on the center of the screen and the action, because, you know, if you're playing this and watching TV or you know, talking to the wife, you're going to die every time because you really got to be engaged with what you're doing.
Alright, so last night we were watching a warrior class. What class are you playing now?
So right now I am playing what's called our Mystic class. So it's one of our support classes. It's got a lot of healing spells, but as you can see, they've also got a couple of offensive skills that you wouldn't normally see on a support class. That's one of the things about Tera. We've got all of our classes are soloable, but they're also really good in groups. And that means that, you know, like me as a Mystic, as a healer class, I can go in and I can keep up with everybody else, but in a group, I play a much different role. I can do support, I can do healing, I can do rezzing, but if the battle's going really, really good, I can switch into offensive mode and I can kick a little ass too.
Alright, sounds great. Again, this is an MMO, and what were the pricing details again?
So it's subscription based, but we have not announced any pricing details yet.
Alright, is it true that you will get voted mayor of a city and are able to create buildings in the city and change prices in the economy?
So, yes, and I'll clarify a couple of details for you.
Thank you.
Alright, so basically here is our world. Here is the world of Tera, and the world of Tera is broken up into continents, and within those continents are different provinces, like you see Valdera and Arcadia and Ostrogoth. So you can be elected to what's called a Vanarch position, and that is basically you will rule over one of these provinces. So all the towns, you'll have the ability to set tax rates, you'll have the ability to turn on specialty NPCs, training NPCs, teleport NPCs, run events. You'll be able to do all these really cool things. Now, there are two ways to get into power. One, you can be elected by popular vote, which means you put your name on the ballot, you go out there and campaign, you can hire NPCs if you've got the cash to campaign for you, or you can go the other route, which is PvP Battlegrounds, and you can earn your right to earn your right to run and to rule. And once you're there, you know, you can either choose to fulfill your campaign promises, lower taxes, and bring everybody to your province and have it be really prosperous, or you can choose to be one of those evil rulers and hack up taxes and, you know, really kind of rule it with an iron fist, but chances are you're not going to get reelected if that happens.
All right. Let's see. Actually, it's kind of funny. Everything right now is either this or Arma 3. So, trying to get through the questions.
Gotcha.
Mike from Mexico wants me to go look at Connect, Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3, or a Hot Girl.
Well, Mike, there are a lot of all of those around. So.
Yeah. How many classes are there?
So right now we've got 7 races and 8 classes.
Okay.
And we don't, I can actually show those to you really quickly. And we actually don't differentiate between what race and what class.
Okay.
If you want to play one race and you're open to any type of class you want. We really want
to. So there's no like exclusive faction.
There are no Tera's all about faction and all about action and none about faction. So we let the players really prove what they want and they can make their own thing. So right here, new characters. one right here real quick. And you can see all the different races we've got here. My favorite are the Amon because they're actually part of the dragon race. They, you know, you go back to the lore and they're descended from dragons and they're made free. And they look just really cool.
Neat.
So from here you can go into classes, and we've got our two tanks or our defensive.
Right.
Lancer is traditional. They've got a shield that you can block in front of you. The Warrior is kind of a cool take on it. They've got twin swords. They're all offense. So they've got to move and dodge and duck and keep the aggro on them as they move. And then the group around them has got to rotate and make sure that they're never facing.
Okay.
We got Slayers and Berserkers, they're your main DPS class. You've got Sorcerers and Archers, which are your ranged class. And then what we were just playing, you've got your healing class and your support class, which are the Priest and the Mystics.
Awesome. Okay. What are the system specs for the game?
So we don't have the final system specs ready yet. We're still doing a lot of hardware compatibility testing. I can say I built my computer about a year and a half ago, not super high end, and it plays it on almost all high settings for graphics. So if you got a machine a couple years old, you'll definitely be able to play it.
When's the next beta going to be?
So we haven't announced our launch date or our beta plans yet. We're really working on finalizing the content of the game and making sure that there's enough for everybody to do across the entire level range, and making sure that that content is polished. Once we announce what our launch date is, we'll definitely tell everybody about our beta plans.
Are there going to be mounts?
Actually, there are mounts already in game. I will show you one right now.
Sounds good.
There are different versions of this mount. Like as a Vanarch, one of the specialty things that you can do is you get this really pimped out horse mount with red ribbons trailing behind, and it's very distinguishable.
Okay.
There's one of our mounts right now.
Awesome. Is there going to be open world PvP?
So we're going to have a PvE and a PvP server set at launch. So we'll be able to the ability to go do PvP if you want, or go do PvE.
Are there going to be world events and like raid dungeons and such?
So we will have world events, and we are also looking at our in-game, and part of that in-game is evaluating all the instances we're going to have, the raids we're going to have. So that's all something we're working on right now. It's part of that, making sure we've got the quality and the content there for the in-game.
Okay. Will there be friendly fire?
There is no friendly fire. Thank God, because I would die and I would be killed a lot.
All right. How big is the map?
So the map is really big. So just as an example, we're in this Lake of Tears area, and the entire time we've just been around here. So this is the entire Paporia province, and we've got 3 main continents. So it's definitely a big map. You'll see everything from deserts to ice-crusted mountains to lush forests to swamplands to open grass plains. So it's really, really immersive and really big. So you definitely get that epic feeling when you're traveling.
Okay. Sorry, I'm supposed to tweet where I am. What engine are you guys using?
So right now we're using the Crisis engine.
Okay. Is that going to change?
No. No.
Why should you play this instead of Guild Wars 2? What's the major differences?
Well, so I think one of the strengths that Tera does is it is true action combat. It takes that visceral dodge and move, and it takes the tap targeting and the boringness out of MMOs, and it combines it with all the depth of an MMO. With the deep political system, with crafting, with deep storylines, cutscenes, quests. This immersive world, and it just makes it a really compelling thing to play. Once you get in, it's really hard to stop playing.
Okay. Will there be European servers or other worldwide servers as well?
So, In-Mass Entertainment is publishing Tera for North America. There is another publisher, Frogster, who is publishing servers in Europe.
All right. Will there be mod capability?
Not at present. I think that's something that we're always evaluating and looking into. One of the reasons why we made the UI completely movable is that we wanted people to be able to change it how we want, and we want the players to have a game that they enjoy playing, that it's custom made for them. So, going forward, that's definitely something that we're going to be looking into.
Will this version play the same as the Korean version, or will there be upgrades to the system?
So, right now, this version is slightly behind what the Korean version is. Obviously, when Korea publishes a new version, we've got to go through a lot of revisions. We've got to go through localization, translation, getting it up and running. The final version is actually going to be a combination of ideas. We work really well with the Korean development team, and it's a very symbiotic relationship. We'll bounce ideas off of them; they'll bounce ideas off of us. Things like controller support and the achievement system weren't in the original Korean version, and as you can see now they're fully integrated not only into the North American version but also the Korean version.
All right. Will there be pets available for your character?
Yes, we do have a pet system. We're looking into ways to enhance that right now, but currently there will be pets.
Cool. What else can I ask you? Will there be flying mounts in the future?
No comment.
No comment.
I can't give everything away.
Will there be team speak or clans?
So there is a guild-based system. Where you can gather guilds, different levels and different things that you can do as clans. As far as TeamSpeak specifically, we don't have that integrated in the client as of now. That is one thing that we're working on. The funny thing you mentioned that while we were playing in the office, we quickly realized it was kind of hard to be involved in dodge and move and type when you're in the middle of battle. So that is definitely something we're looking into.
Okay. The other question I was about to ask you, is there a group finder system, and how does mass healing work? How are you going to be able to, with just the targeting reticles, to heal your whole party?
So, see if I can find the skill that'll do that, and I can actually show you. See, there will be a circle that people can get into, and you can position that circle based on where you are, and that's how you can do mass healing. You can also kind of lock on to some players and just heal them singly.
I see.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both. But as a healer, you can't just stay in the back of the group and just heal. You've got to really be engaged. You've got to really move around, and you've got to make sure that you're adjusting and that you're actually being around with your group and interacting with them and moving as the battle shifts.
Okay, that's a cool skill. A little healing spray?
Yeah, it's usually a little brawl. She helps you out. Gives you little heals every now and then.
How much customization do you have in your character's physical model?
So there are things like preset faces, preset scars. I can go back and show you guys that real quick.
Sure. I'm probably going to have to wrap this up soon.
Okay, not a problem. I can get to character creation for y'all real quick.
Yeah. The game's pretty, if nothing else.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun too.
Okay.
I really enjoy it. I've played a lot of MMOs, I've played a lot of console games, and I really like the fact that you can get in and you feel really engaged in the combat, and you're always looking around for targeting, and you're looking for all these different mobs coming at you and dodging and rolling the right way. You scroll in, we got a couple of preset faces, and these are faces, obviously that we've already got in the game that you can just grab and go. If you want to get really specific, you can take hair color, different haircuts. We've got several here. We got faces. We've got a couple different basic face shapes that you can pick.
Okay.
There we've got adornments. You can change the eyebrows. You can change freckles. Fine details. This is where the real customization gets in. You can change brows.
Much like in Fallout 3.
Yeah, so you can really get in and really detail it.
That's cool.
You can make her super pretty, super ugly. Whatever it takes. Mouth, ears. We sometimes have competitions inside the office to see who we can make that looks just like the guy sitting next to you. So it's always fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so there is a really good depth inside.